When we were brought on to partner with Sumners, the overarching goal was, let's take this franchise and make it a household name, expand into the North American market.
I think one of the main challenges in dealing with a game or an IP that has such a huge fan base all over the world is dealing with people's expectations or people's pre-existing notions of what a character should sound like or act like.
I work with people all over the world. I source people from wherever they may be, and because it's all about finding the right people for a property. And in the case of Sumner's War, I first reached out to Wilson Tang.
It's been a really unique project in the sense of we've brought together an amazing group of diverse talent from all over the place. We've got a team in Los Angeles, we've got a team here in Vancouver, we've got an artist in Singapore, we've got artists in Australia. So in the case of April, I literally found her work on ArtStation. And after going through, like 300 different artists on there, I saw something that was unique for her creature design.
So the first stuff I did was I worked on Durand and El Heil. And when I got, here's what they look like in game, what can you do with this? So I immediately go to like the kind of fashions I'm interested in. I know the game's Korean, so I looked at traditional Korean fashions like hanboks and things like that and the fabrics they would use. So it's really exciting when you get to take your visual library and then like project it onto these characters and monsters that you're making.
For me, the most exciting part to come to life is when we start seeing the characters and how they evolve from their game characters to what we've brought them into for film and television.
What I do is help craft the larger universe around Sumner's War. And that would include the animation, as well as any visual material that can be used for other products around this IP.
He understands both the live action, the effects world, he understands CG, and most importantly, he understands how to adapt a large property from a game into the animated space.
So if you look at the characters, there's like, high fantasy, there's some awesome heroes, there's a little bit of magic, kind of like a little bit Harry Potter, but then there's also the cute chibi characters that, that comes from the Japanese kind of world of character designs. But as we're evolving the characters, some of the characters are popping out now that I really love. Bernard, who's a giant griffin. Our concept artist, April, has hit it out of the park because it's awesome. We have a amazing Korean-American concept artist, animation director named Peter Chung, who also created Aeon Flux.
I've worked with development teams who have like one very specific way of looking at their characters, and a lot of it is based around like the functionality of game mechanics and things that their characters have to do in the game. And then there's the marketing team that wants to feel like the emotion and wants to bring it into a whole other direction. Trying to bridge that gap as a creator, as a director, and trying to make cinematics or trailers for both of those teams. I've had lots of experience with collaboration in that sense where we're all looking at the same images, but we're pulling different things from them.
Color is really, really important. That's a unique signature for each and every character. If you look at Durand, it's the flaming red hair and that kind of teal green cape. You want to keep that.
So there's definitely key elements of each character that we basically have to keep because that's what makes them the character. So with El Heil, he's an elf, of course, so he's got his pointy ears. He's got quite a slight build we wanted to keep. And I remember in really early designs that I was doing, I was going for like a really contemporary approach, and I would like do like half of his head shaved. And he had like really cool like plugs in his ears and things like that. So we didn't really mess with colors too much, or like, the features, but he's still quite, I guess like you said, updated from his original in-game depiction.
Ming Young is the producer-creator of Sumner's War, and he's very much involved in the adaptation process throughout. They ensure that he has a voice, similar to what we've done with Robert being in the center of the reel of all of his properties and controlling where we go, ensuring that his vision is adapted in a way he can stand behind.
It's seeing it from concept through to when you see it on the screen and it's animating and it's moving. There's something really priceless about that the first time you see it.